Number 7 is on olefin metathesis, which you learned from the third exam material. Now, how do you know this is olefin metathesis? Well, the question tells you, but also you see RU double bond. And that is the only time you will ever see RU double bond when you're dealing with olefin metathesis. Now, what happens in an olefin metathesis is you're basically splitting two separate double bonds in a half and then connecting their ends to each other. So how can I figure out what that looks like? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to redraw this thing and I'm going to make it look a little weird, but it'll help me figure it out. And before I even do that, I'm going to number all my carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9 carbons altogether. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw that ring exactly the same as what I started with. But now I'm going to try and finagle these bonds so I can get those double bonds to line up. Now let me make sure I didn't add any extra carbons. I have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So yes, I made this look weird, but I didn't change the numbering at all. All I'm doing is I'm lining the double bonds up because that makes it a lot easier to figure out what I'm supposed to get. And I can always draw it neater at the end. And let me just number the rest of these. 6, 7, 8, 9. So now how do you do this? Once you have your double bonds lined up, draw a dotted line between the ends of both of those double bonds. So a dotted line between 8 and 1, and 7, and that's supposed to be a 2. 7 and 2. Okay? Now erase the original double bonds. The double bond between 8 and 7 is now gone, and the double bond between 1 and 2 is now gone. And where you drew those dotted lines, create a new double bond. So 2 separate new double bonds. Now look at this. What have you made? You have made a ring here by breaking open the other ring. And that ring that you form is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons in size. And then coming off of that 6 carbon ring, I have 1, 2, 3 carbons. So I can draw this neater. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 membered ring. So I draw that 6 membered ring first. And let's say that carbon 5 is the carbon on top, which has an OR group. And then it's connected to 6, 7, 2, 3, and 4. Now where is the double bond? The double bond is between 7 and 2. So draw that double bond there. Carbon 5 also has this whole carbon chain coming off of it, which includes carbon 9, carbon 8, and carbon 1. And there's now a double bond between 1 and 8. So 1, 8, and 9. And so this should be your answer, which was choice C.